The All Blacks have just beat Scotland narrowly 25-17. Here are a few notes and opinions from the game that I, noted down. Now, it looked so promising in the first half. I mean, Josh Lord creates that try, and all the huge hits that we had, and yet towards the 60-minute mark, it was all downhill. Now, to recap, the first 2 minutes, Josh Lord creates a try, Cam Roigard scores. In the 39th minute, Will Jordan scores. Everything's looking promising, except, the yellow card to Lee Roigard for foot tripping. And then, in the second half, 2 more yellow cards come our way, and nothing looks promising anymore. But the All Blacks keep doing what they're doing. They stick to their plans, and they end up with the win. So, who were the best performers and who were the worst? Now, Josh Lord. There's been a lot of pressure on him the last 2 weeks since Scott Barrett got injured, and yet he stepped up and he performed really, really well. Creating that first try for Cam Roigard, he got a line-out steal. He was solid at tackles, he was solid at the breakdown. He overall played really well, and there's nothing that he did wrong. Nothing to complain about. Ethan de Groot catches a knee to the face. He came back after his HIA. Will he be alright to play against England next week? It's tough to say. He did come back, so I would assume he'll be fine. But there's every chance in the world that he won't be okay. Caleb Clark, one of the best performers the whole game. Nothing to complain about from Caleb Clark, other than him spilling the ball once. He got some great hits at important moments, and he was just overall a wrecking ball on defence. But when he went off for his HIA, it was very concerning, which makes me think he won't be back for the England game next week, which creates a lot of questions for how our backline's going to look next week. Cam Roigard plays the full 80, gets his try. Nothing to complain about from Roigard. However, one thing is I really feel for Cortez Ratama, because he's done nothing wrong. Well, there's nothing he can do wrong. He hasn't been playing. He has been put on the bench for the last 3 games. Last game he got 2 minutes. The game before that, barely 5. And now, this time, he's gotten no minutes at all. You've really got to feel for Cortez, because he had a really good season last year, and he was good for the Chiefs, and now he's just not getting the minutes that he should have. Now, a note on Will Jordan before I get to the obvious masterclass performance. Will Jordan is supposedly the world's best fullback, and yet he can't catch. That's sort of important for a fullback. Nothing against Will Jordan. I like him. I like his playing style. I like how he's able to cut through the D-line. Is he the right guy to play fullback for us? I don't think so, because he can't catch. I think in the future Geordie Barrett should be at fullback, or Damian McKenzie, and Will Jordan should be on the wing. There's nothing to complain about from Will Jordan, but other than the fact that he can't catch, and he hasn't been taking our own kickoffs because he's been dropping them all. Last 20 minutes. 3 yellow cards for the All Blacks so far in the game. 17 all. Everything looks bad. And then Damian McKenzie steps on the field. And for the first few minutes, he doesn't shine. He actually made a few errors. But in the 70th minute, Damian McKenzie kicks a 50-22, and then from his own 50-22, gets an amazing try in the corner, and then just a few minutes later, kicks a crucial penalty goal, gets the best snapshot of the whole season, definitely earns player of the match, and probably is contender for try of the year. That was a masterclass performance by Damian McKenzie. I am so impressed, and it raises a few questions for next week. If Caleb Clark is out due to concussion, Will Damian McKenzie step up to fullback, and does that mean that Will Jordan will move back to the wing? A few questions here. I will cover a lot of them in my team prediction later in the week. There's a lot to think about for the game against England coming up. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.